All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm giving all praises and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akakwadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone where let there's truth from, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect that's pushing the word all forward with sincerity. I'm the brother Kawam Gabar coming back with another lesson to edify the body. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the house of David, Lord's willing, it's a edifying video through the spirit. It's called The End. We're at the end of this rulership, this kingdom, Babylon the Great, aka America. And who's sitting at the top of this kingdom is Esau Edom, this self-proclaimed white man. And we know what time we're living in. The elect knows what time they're living in. We're praising the Lord. We're singing upon our beds. We're praising the Lord every day, every moment to the best of our ability. But I want to get into is just the end of this world. So this is 2 Ezra 6, 7 through 9. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting sunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first? What? The end of what? This kingdom. The first is this kingdom, because going back into Genesis 27, Isaac, his father. Let's just go to Genesis real quick. Genesis, Salakia, brothers and sisters. This is Genesis 27. And starting at the 38th verse. Let's just go to the 25th verse just to bring home the point. This is Genesis 25 and 21. And it reads, And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, it means pregnant. And the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went and to inquire of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 nationalities are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. This is what getting ready to happen. The elder is about to serve the younger. The younger is the Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. You're the Israelites. So the kingdom of heaven is for you. We have the next under Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? This is going to happen. This is literally going to happen, right? And the Lord, let me read that again, and it says, And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other. You got to look on the planet Earth. What nationality of people are stronger than any other nation on the planet? Especially the so-called white man, Esau, right? It's the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. That's why you have, everyone wants to be like Mike. Everyone wants to be like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. Those are great people that did great in their profession, right? So everyone wants to be like them. Even the other nations want to be like our people, right? So we're stronger because Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is our Father. And Yahweh Shai is our deliverer. He's our Savior. So that's the reason why we have the strong gene, the stronger genes, genealogy, right? And it reads, it says, verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, they are twins in thy womb. This is the oldest one, right? And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. When you look up that word Esau in the Hebrew, I mean, Ishashua means wasted away is he. What? His pigment. He's the only nationality that don't have pigment. We already know who the so-called white. We already know who Esau is. The so-called white man. He's the real red man, right? Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took the hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, which means supplanter, and his Isaac was three score years old when she was barren. So this is where we're at now. Fast forward thousands of years later. Now we're at the end of this rulership, this kingdom. Let's go to Genesis 27 and 30. 38, it says, and Esau said unto his father, how hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, because the older is supposed to get the blessing, right? The reason why Esau was wiped away his blessing, because it was written that it was supposed to happen back in Romans 9 and 13. Let's grab that. Precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for our teachers of Great Millstone has taught us this truth, 100% truth, right? Let's see where it is. It says, verse 11. It says, for the children, which means sons, ban, being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, according to the election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Let's read that again. This is Romans 9 and oh man. This is Romans 9 and 7. And it reads, it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham, and they are all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called, from Abraham unto Isaac, because Abraham had other sons, right? And Ishmael was he was an older son of Isaac, older brother of Isaac, but Ishmael didn't get it. It was by the Lord Yahweh did that blessing, right? And it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham Abraham are the, and Salaki, let me read that again. Neither because they are all the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Who's the son of Isaac? Jacob and Esau, right? That which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Right? When you look up that word seed, it means sperma, which means sperm. That's where you get seed from, right? And it reads, it says, for this is the word of the promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Because Sarah was a wife of Isaac, right? And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, Isaac, right? Even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh, according to the election, might stand. So this whole thing is the Lord's purpose, Yahweh's purpose. There was only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, right? And it says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh, according to the election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth, right? So this, right, is a precept to Genesis 25, what I just read. So let's go back to Genesis 27. Just to bring home the point in the lesson of, the reason why I brought this lesson. We're at the end of this right here. And it says, and Esau said unto his father, how hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Right? Man, this is where you see that this was a purpose of the Lord Yahweh. This is the reason why Esau, Edom, Esau, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, Esau, is running the earth, right? Let's go to Job 9:24. And it reads, it says, and the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who's the judges of the earth? Yahweh. There's only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. They covered up their images, right? The earth, verse 24 again, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is? If it's not the so-called white man, because we know it's not the so-called Chinese, the so-called Arabs, the so-called Africans. It's the so-called white man. Esau, Edom, is running the earth. His time is up. The end of Esau. We're at the end of Esau's reign. So, where was I? Second Ezra. Let's go to Second Ezra. Salakia. This is Second Ezra 6 and verse 7. Second Ezra 6, 7 through 9. And then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first? I just went to precept upon precept. Esau is the first. He's the first. He got the first dominion on this side. But the second dominion, which is the kingdom of heaven, it belongs to the Israelites under Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And under Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is what? The elect, the 144,000, the governing body. Because I just did a video yesterday, high level, and I brought that preset out, it says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first of Esau's heel. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we're at the end of Esau, and Jacob, right, is going to be the next ruler under Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. The Israelites are going to be on top, and Esau is going to be on the bottom. He's going to have to serve in our kingdom for 1,000 years, and then guess what? He's going to be burnt up. He's going to be the bonfire. Let's grow 2nd Ezra 9 and 1, because where I got the title was verse 5. Let me get verse 1 through 5. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told you thee before. Where did the Lord tell us that? Back in Matthew 24 and 3 through 8. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, who is this? Yahushua, right? The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So these are all the signs of the Lord's coming, right? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. What it means deceive, it means false accuser, liar. And who is that man of sin? Who's the deceiver? Who's the master deceiver? Esau. We're the good, he's the evil. Right? And at verse 4, he says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, which you look up that word, Hamashiach, means the anointed one, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. When you look up that word rumors, it means report. Don't you hear a report of the war every day? What's going down in Russia, Ukraine, Iran, China, North Korea, Turkey, right? They're going to shoot their nuclear capability over here on the shores of America. And guess what? America is going to shoot their capability missiles over to to the Middle East, and that's World War III. We're right there. It's right in front of your face. You cannot deny reality. You're living in reality. It's not fake, right? And it says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nations. Don't you see race wars on the other side of the, what's going down in Ukraine, what's going down in South America, what's going down in Europe. But guess where it's going to touch? It's really going to touch here in Babylon the Great, aka America, right? For nations shall rise against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. What's the biggest fight on the block? Who's in the ring? Russia and America. Russia's that North Country, right? And it says, for nations shall rise up against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Don't you see Are we not in a famine? Are we not in? Are we not in a pestilence? What happened to the last 2 years? That was a pestilence. That was a plague, right? The plague of the mind, the plague of the heart. But guess what? More plagues is about to touch here in America. It's going to be worse than Egypt. This is the beginning of another plague, famine. The gas prices are going up every single day. Food prices are about to go up, jumping up 30% at the end of the month. You know, at the store I work at, our price change, we do price changes every Wednesday. And there's about 100 to 120 price changes in a week. But during the week, they still go up. So that tells you that the prices of food is what? Scarce. There's no scarce. The famine means a lack of resources. To give you a better understanding. And it says, for nations shall rise up against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms, right? And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. There's earthquakes everywhere in the earth. Because this is where let me grab it, man. Let me just go back to 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. And it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the times diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told you thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Who's the highest? Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. And it says, therefore, when you shall see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, don't you forget about the uproars of the people. What's going down in Ukraine, what's going down in South America, what's going on in Europe. There's I believe there's little parts here in Babylon that there's uproars of the people, but guess what? They're not showing you on television. They're giving you the magic wand. They're giving you bullshit. But as they're giving you bullshit, right? What are they doing in the background? They're preparing for war. They're preparing to do what? To get rid of the dollar bill. To bring in what? The charagma. Right? And it says, then shalt thou well understand. Verse 2, it says, then shalt thou understand. Verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, before even anything was created, everything was formed. This was on the Lord's mind, Yahweh's mind. Because the Lord said, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. Right? Isaiah 55 and 11, right? And it reads, it says, then shalt thou well understand that it's the very same time of those things were before the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is manifest. That's exactly where we're at. We're at the end of Esau's rulership, so we can go home, so we can be in rest, the whole nation. Even 2/3 of our own people they're going to be in full rest. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. So we're praising the Lord every moment, every day, to the best of our ability, giving all praise to the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for giving us this truth. You know? Let me jump to because we're all made of elements. We're all made of elements. This place is about to be burnt in 1 hour. Let's go to Revelations 18 and 10. It says, stand afar off, the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city, Babylon is America, the mighty city. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Why is it going to be done in 1 hour? Because it's prophecy. The Lord said it's going to happen. And it really going to happen. And how is it going to be tormented with fire? Right? Through the ICBM missiles. The hypersonic missiles were from Russia, Iran, Turkey, China, North China. You know, you got Africa. You have the small people, the little countries, small countries, Turkey. You know, because Russia is a guard to the other nations, because it's written. It's written. Let me close out with 2 Peter's 3 and 10 through 11 through 12. To 13 it says, but the day of the Lord Yahweh will come as a thief in the night. Because no one's gonna think to. No one's gonna have. These people have no inner thought about the Lord at all. They think that. They don't understand why they're going through famine. They don't understand why they have the gas prices up. They don't understand when World War III is coming. They don't none of that. But this is a message to the elect. And it reads, it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, which in the heavens shall pass away. This heaven, this rulership, shall pass away with a great noise. What is that great noise? Those ICBM missiles, the intercontinental ballistic missiles. And it says, but the day of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahshua, will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements, right? Everything's made of elements. Even you people are made of elements. So guess what? You're going to be burnt up. And that's a beautiful thing, because you guys have been walking around here nothing but folly, vain, not giving a care about the world you live in. You're selfish. You're vanity. You're wicked. You know? And you learn from the wicked, which is Esau. And it says, but the day of the Lord Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, but in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. I mean, God damn, we don't know how. Woo. We don't want no smoke with the Lord. I don't want no smoke with the Lord, man. That's a thought. That's a heavy thought, a scary thought, to be burnt up with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that therein shall be burnt up. This is the reason why this place is going to be burnt up, because everyone's wickedness, everyone's defilement, everyone not giving regard to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is it says, verse 11, seeing then all these things shall be dissolved, What manner of persons ought you to be? But read this again. Verse 11. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved from that fervent heat, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation, godliness? This is what you supposed to be. We're supposed to be on a higher level. We're supposed to have we're supposed to conduct ourselves. This is how we conduct ourselves, having this word in us, having this truth in us, right? Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahshua, where the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his purpose, right? Didn't I just read that in Romans 9? According to his purpose, looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Because this is the left hand, this is the left side of life right here. You cannot live a righteous life. You cannot live a righteous life. The only way you're going to live a righteous life is if you have Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in your corner. So let me close out with, I know I had it. Let me close out with Psalms 27. One through 3. And it reads, it says, a Psalm of David, the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came up at me to eat me up, let me Salakia. When the wicked, which is Esau, even my enemies, the other nations and the 2/3, right? And my foes, which is your family members, came, when the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came up to eat me up, eat my flesh, then stumble and fall. Man, don't worry about nothing. We don't have nothing to worry about. All we have to do is do what the Lord commanded us to do. Is to what? Preach this word, to walk in godliness, to conduct ourselves with integrity, honor, manners. Because that's a real man. Doing what the Lord commanded us to do, that's a man of the Lord. It says, though an host shall encamp against Salakia, though an host shall encamp against me, my heart shall never fear. Your mind, this Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua should be on your mind. Seek the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua 10 times more. He should be on your mind at all times. That's when, if you're on a higher level, guess what? That's exactly where you're going to be. Because you're going to be thinking about the Lord all the time. Meditating about the Lord all the time. Right? And it says, though a host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear, which is your mind. Though war shall rise up against me, in this will I be confident. With faith. That's what confident means. Con means with. Fidel means faith. With faith. We're going to be confident with this thing. So guess what, brothers and sisters? We're at the end of this roller coaster. We're at the end of this goddamn place. These people. Yourself. You know? So walk with confidence. Walk with confidence. No matter what is going on around you. Because whatever you're going through, that's exactly what the Lord has you doing. So you can always focus on the Lord. Right? Verse 3 again. Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise up against me, in this truth, in this water, in this passage, this word of the kingdom, right? In this will I be confident. Lord's willing, we are confident into the end. So Lord's willing, it was an edifying video. I'm giving all praises and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone where I learned this truth from, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Shalom, DTA Abababal, Kwame Shalom.